We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello everyone, welcome to the e-classes of service marketing. My name is Archana Sarkar. I am assistant professor at Sardar Patel College of Administration and Management. In today's session, we will discuss about service quality, very interesting and strategic topic in service marketing. So what we will cover in this session. So what is the meaning of service quality, the service quality dimensions and the gap model of service quality. Now let's begin our session. Service businesses are today hyper competitive. From the starting of business, service firms face global competition. So what is needed by service firm to survive in market? So the answer is customer. But having customer is not enough. Firm require repetitive customer, or we can say loyal customer. And when customer made repeat purchases, when he satisfied with service firm, and that satisfaction comes from the service quality. So the service quality is the combination of two words, that is the service and quality. So where we find emphasis on the availability of quality services to the ultimate users. So the term quality focus the standards or the specification that a service generating organization promises. Service quality from user's perspective can be defined as a high standard of performance that consistently meets or exceeds customer expectation. But what is it that customer evaluate when judging service quality? So customers judge the quality of services based on their perception of first the technical outcome provided, the process by which that outcome was delivered, and the quality of physical surroundings where the service is delivered. So let us understood by taking the example. A restaurant customer will judge the service on her perception of the meal. So here meal is the technical outcome, how the meal was served and how the employees interacted with her, that is process and interaction quality, and the decor and surroundings, that is the physical environment of restaurant, would also impact the customer's perception of overall quality. Now the next is service quality dimensions. The research of Parshuraman, Jethmal and Berry showed that best way to understand customer perception is by analyzing the pre-consumption and the post-consumption. Means the customer expectation before the service and the customer expectations after the service. So it can be understood in terms of 5 factors, so which we call them dimensions of service quality. So the first service quality dimension is the reliability. So reliability means ability to perform the promised service dependently and accurately. In the broadest sense, reliability means that the company delivers on its promises. So promises about delivery, service provision, problem resolution and pricing. Customer want to do business with companies that keep their promises. The second quality dimensions is the responsiveness. So responsiveness is the willingness to help customer and do provide prompt services. So dealing with customer requests, questions, complaints and problems. So responsiveness is communicated to customers by the length of time they have to wait for assistance, answers to questions or attention to problems. The third dimension is the assurance. Assurance is defined as employees' knowledge and courtesy and the ability of the firm and its employees to inspire trust and confidence. So this dimension is likely to be particularly important for service that the customer perceive as involving at a high risk or about which they feel uncertain. So for example, banking, insurance, brokerage firm, medical, and the legal services. The fourth dimension is the empathy. Empathy means caring, individualized attention given to customer. The essence of empathy is conveying through personalized or customized service that customers are unique and special. Customers want to feel understood by and important to firm that provide services to them. Generally, we see that personnel at a small service firm often know customer by name and build relationship that reflect their personal knowledge of customer requirement and preferences. The fifth quality dimension is the tangible. So tangible means appearance of physical facility, equipment, personnel and communication material. All of these provide physical representation or images of the service that customer, particularly new customers, will use to evaluate quality. So service industries that emphasize tangibles in their strategies include hospitality services where the customer visits the establishment to receive the service such as restaurant. We can also take the example of hotel, retail store or the entertainment companies. Now as you see here, these five factors, things like reliability, responsiveness, and the tangibles are somewhat quantitative, so which we can measure in numbers. Therefore, we can create some standards so that we can easily measure. But assurance and the empathy is difficult to measure in numbers. So here we have to rely on comparative judgment in the client's mind. So the question is arises between the expectation and the perceptions, which lead to our next topics. So what is the perceived quality and the expected quality? So here you can see that expected services is framed by the three factors, that is word of mouth, personal need and the past experience. So word of mouth by other people, from other customer or from referrals. From personal need, that is identifying the personal need and matching with the qualification of company and the capabilities, and the past experience from the same service experience. So from these three factors we make our expected services. On the other hand, service perception is happens after the service consumptions, and as you see here, these are the three sets of equation. So when we perceive the service, so the perceived service is based on these three equation. So if the expectations are exceeded, means perception is much higher than the expectation, then it is called as quality surprise. That means the customer is delighted with the service provider. Second, that means if expectation matches the service perception, so we can say that customer is satisfied with the service. So that means satisfactory quality. And the third is the case if customer expectation not met with perception with poor service quality. So here gap will arise. So firm need to understand that gap between them and customers. So here our more understanding further on the gap model. So when gap is arise, when the expected service is not met with the perception what the customer is actually perceived, so here the gap arise. So we move to our next topic, that is the gap model of service quality. So Valerie Jethmal, Parshuraman and the Barry identified four potential gap that lead to the fifth and most serious final gap. So gap means the difference between what the customer expected and what they perceived was delivered to them. So it is the difference between the expectation and the perception. So what is delivered to them. Now let us discuss in detail. So here you can see in this gap model diagram. So expected service is formed by the three factor, that is word of mouth, personal need and the past experiences. And the perceived service, that means how the service firm is actually delivered such services. So our first gap is the knowledge gap. So gap between the consumer expectation and the management perception. So here management does not always correctly perceive what customers want. The second gap arises between management perception and the service quality specification. So sometimes management might correctly perceives what customer want but not set a performance standard. So let us take example of hospital. Say for example, hospital administrator may tell the nurse to give fast services. So here they use term the fast services, but they do not mention that how much fast. So that means they didn't say this, they didn't specify it. So in how much minute, how much time did they have to take? So minutes. The third gap is the delivery gap. So delivery gap is the difference between service quality specification and the service delivery. So sometimes frontline employee or personnel might be poorly trained or incapable or unwilling to meet the standards. So they may be held to conflicting standards. It's taking time to listen customers and servicing them fast. So the difference between the service quality specification and the actual delivery goes on. So difference arises which lead to our third gap, that is delivery gap. The fourth gap is the communication gap. So communication gap between service delivery and the external communication. So consumer expectations are affected by statement made by the company's representative and ad. So generally in advertisement, companies made their communications very clearly. So if in their advertisement, if they overpromised about their services, so let us take example of again hospital. So in hospital brochure, if it is written that or it is shown that very beautiful room, but when the patients arrive and it finds that room to be cheap or tacky again, so here we can say that external communication have disordered the customer's expectation. So the difference between the delivery and the communications lead to communication gap. The fifth gap is the perception gap. So perception gap is the perceived service and the expectation service. So this gap occurs when the consumer misperceive the service quality. So say for example in hospital example, if doctor may keep visiting the patient to show care, but the patient may interrupt, this is an indication that something really is wrong. So again here the intention of doctor is to show the care, but here the patient is misunderstood or misinterpret this thing. So and the final gap is the service quality gap. So service quality gap, that means so number 1 to 5 gaps when not meet with the expectation, then the final gap arise, that is the service quality gap. So which we call them a service quality gap. So now let us again understand in more detail. So first gap, we call this gap as a knowledge gap. So not knowing what customers expect. So why this gap arise? So what are the reasons? So this gap is arise because of lack of interaction between the management and the customers. Sometimes management is not interacting with the customers, uh, insufficient communication between the contact employee and the management. They fail to do marketing research, poorly designed market segmentation, and sometimes the company focus on transactions rather than relationship. So this will lead to this gap. But how can we close this gap, or how can we remove this gap? So implement an effective customer feedback system. So we can develop a good feedback system, or else we can, when we start business, we can do the market research. So market research is good, through which we can analyze the customer need and preferences. So market research procedure include questionnaire, interview design, sampling, field implementation, or periodically repeat research studies. We also improve our upward communications and facilitate and encourage communication between frontline employees and management. So by developing these steps, we can remove the gap number 1. Our gap number 2, that is the policy gap. So not selecting the right service design and the standards. So sometimes management perceive correctly the customer want, but they didn't set the performance standards. So reasons are the poor service design, inappropriate physical evidence, unsystematic new service development process, failure to connect service design to service positioning, or absence of process management to focus on customer requirement. How can we close this gap? So establish the right service product, process and standards. So keep right service, right process and right standards based on the customer need and expectation. Get the products and customer service process right. Set, communicate and reinforce measurable customer oriented service standards. So here company have to set standards that can be measured in numbers. So in above case we take example of hospital, that the hospital administrator inform the staff to give fast services. So fast services is not measurable, so we have to set the standards that we can measure easily. The third gap is the delivery gap. So delivery gap is the difference between specified standard and the delivery team's actual performance on these standards. So sometimes the company or service provider sets specified standards, but what happened due to the uh, lack of good human resource or lack of skill of frontline employee, they fail to deliver that actual standard to their customers. So what are the reasons? So reason are ineffective recruitment, lack of empowerment and teamwork, role ambiguity, role conflict, inappropriate compensation and evaluation system, and failure to match supply and demand. So here company have to set performance standards that meet these standards. So ensure that customer service are motivated and able to meet service standard. So install the right technology, equipment, support process and capacity. The company have to hire that kind of employee that match with the company capability or company qualifications, manage customer for service quality, effectively align intermediaries and third parties involved in service delivery. Gap number 4, that is the communication gap. So communication gap arises because of company doesn't match performance to promises made by the company. So whatever promises they made, so they fail to deliver that performance. So reason are not adequately educating their customers, not managing customer expectation through all forms of communication. Sometimes again we see in our example that in hospital example, hospital brochure shows a beautiful room, so they do over promising in promotions and through physical evidence too, but whenever the patients visit the hospital, it may look like a tacky. So difference is in what the company promise and what the actual service deliver. So what are the suggestions? So close internal and external communication gap by ensuring communication promises. Ensure that communication content set realistic customer expectation and educate managers responsible for sales and marketing communication. So about operational capabilities. Be specific with promises and manage customers' understanding of communication content. So here company have to promise what actually they are delivering. The gap number 5, that is the perception gap, difference between what is delivered and what customer perceive they have received. This gap arises because of customer perception. Recognize that the customer do not always correctly understand what the service has done to them. So in example, in above example, we can see that the doctor may keep visiting patients to show the care, but the patient may interrupt it wrongly. So this situation is likely to occur with credence services. So credence services are those kinds of services which is difficult to judge even after the service consumption. So what are the suggestions? So here make service quality tangible and communicate the service quality. So say for example, provide physical evidence. So if repairs, so for repairs, so customer the damaged component that were removed. Again, keep customers informed during service delivery on what is being done. Give debriefings after the delivery so customers can appropriately appreciate the quality of service received. And the final gap, that is the gap number 6, the service gap. So service gap is the difference between what the customer expect to receive and their perception of service that is delivered. So this gap is more critical and ultimate goal should be in narrowing or closing this gap. So how can we close this gap? So once our gap number 1 to 5 close remove, or when we close the gap number 1 to 5, so it will consistently meet customer expectations and the number 6 gap automatically close. So that's it in today's session. I hope you understand it well. So thank you so much.